Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you all about Vertigo. A little introduction video to Vertigo, get a good feeling for how the map's supposed to be played, in my opinion. This isn't going to be like super basic where it's like callouts and all that. This is a more intermediate to basic, I guess, of how to play Vert, how I play Vert, and different things you can get away with. So let's go ahead and jump in game here. Vertigo is pretty unique in the fact that it's a very small map, like Inferno, but even smaller than that, which means the rotates are very quick. It also, like, B site's pretty large, but then A site's tiny compared to most maps, and there's not a lot of cover, right? There's not a lot of different angles you can play if you don't really include side haul in it, right? So you don't have too many options when it comes to angles, and the map's pretty small, so there's some things that you can do, right? One thing is that you can split this map in half and cut off rotates like a Mirage, right? If you're in window, Mirage is a T, you can hold CT, you can hold jungle, you can hold cat, and there's only like one other spot, which is B apps where they can come through. That's basically the same thing for Vertigo, right? You can hold CT, they can't cross mid. The only place that they can cross is directly underneath of you. Which is this bridge area. If you have another player holding this bridge area, they have no way to get across, right? So that makes it very unique as well. Also, just because Vertigo's a newer map, not a lot of people know smokes on it. So if you have two other buddies with you and you guys just queue Vertigo matchmaking, you guys know some smokes, you'll get away with a lot. So let's get into how I personally like to call on Vertigo. I basically will call a default 75% of the time. Unless we're getting shut down on it, I'll call it A execute or a B execute. We're running a default. What the default looks like is you have three people going towards A, and usually CTs on A will throw a smoke like this, right? Let's see if I can get it. Right, they'll throw a smoke like this, and it's going to smoke off deep ramp. And this allows the CTs to, just wait a second, cut off, slow down the Ts. They can play behind it, they can molly into it. They can flash themselves through it, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. And as Ts, you should be expecting to see this smoke. What you can do is you can get back up here with an op and post up. And so we usually have the opper going towards A as well. Then we have two riflers that they're either trying to beat the smoke and get up side haul maybe, or they're trying to wait behind the smoke and then pop out at the same time, and just try to take general A control. Taking all the way up to about this point is very easy to do, and if you put three players here, it's almost guaranteed that you will get this unless the CT stacks something, and in that case, your other two players on the default can get a lot of work done, right? So taking up to until about this point on T side, very, very easy to do. Now, the other two players, you have one guy in mid. This is where I usually play, right? Mid is so powerful on Vertigo. I think it's very overlooked, right? As long as you know all the angles to clear and really get used to the different pre-fires, right? Mid is so powerful. Putting three towards mid isn't even a bad idea. Just because you get mid control, you can, like I said, split the map. You go here, you have full B. B is completely cut off from rotates. You go here, right? A is completely cut off from rotates, especially if you're holding this line, right? They can't get to A site. So going mid and splitting is very powerful, just like it is in Mirage. So it's just some general utility, and I'll expose some of my good utility for this that I can throw in mid to completely disrupt the CTs because they're not used to having smokes like this come down, right? Lots of CTs on Vertigo aren't used to smokes, so that's one of them. And then this is the other one. This is a 128 tick jump throw, and that gets that side of mid, right? And now you can just go for mid, and it's usual for maybe a guy to play here at lower levels, but at higher levels, you're not really going to see a guy playing there. He might be playing back over here, holding the boost and then the run out, or they're more likely, they're going to be playing here, right? They're going to be playing some angle like this, or towards A like this. And if you smoke off one of those guys, it completely disrupts the round for them, especially if you're going fast B off of it. And then the 5th player on the default is staying back B, right? Waiting for a peek right here. Lots of CTs will aggressively peek right there. And then they're just chilling. If they don't see anything, then they can start coming up here, right? This is a good angle to maybe catch a guy off guard. You can slowly just work your way. There's a lot of options for solo plays on Vertigo, just out-aiming the CTs, because there's only so many places for the CTs to hide. Like coming up A, right, as long as you know bags is clear, you can easily do that with a molly or even like a double nade stack, right? You got one angle. Yeah, they could be up here, and they can't. Well, they have, like, occasionally, but this is 1 angle, 2 angle, 3 angle, 4, 5. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, they could be side haul and all that, but that's not the A site player. So it's very easy to just take these gunfights, and if you have good crosshair placement and understand where the angles are, and you're confident, right? And you have people behind you to trade you out in case you die, taking sites on Vertigo is very easy. And if you keep going A and they start stacking it, right? You have a guy, kill one guy on A and then die. You just have your 2 other players rotate back to B. It takes 2 seconds, and your B players already has this control, right? And then you can just entry out on the B. And there are a lot of B smokes to throw. I don't want to expose all of mine in this video, but there's a lot of different smokes that you can throw, lots of tutorials out there. You just have to make sure you're on the right Vertigo iteration, because sometimes there's a window here and they'll throw completely different smokes that aren't up to date, basically. So no, Vertigo, there's a lot of opportunity for Vertigo to be a good map, or a very enjoyed map. I personally really liked Vertigo, and it's because I've played it enough to understand what goes on, and understand what 2 people in mid means. It means that they're either split in B most likely, or maybe they're going towards A, but they're probably going towards B or something like that, right? I understand all the different nuances because I played it so much, and it's easy to hate a new map. It's all the casual maps and all that. I really dislike them, like Anubis and all that, right? I never got into those, but Vertigo, I don't know, something just about it made me really enjoy it. It's kind of like Office, but much better, and it's actually defusal, not hostage. But no, my recommendation is the best way to learn Vert is to go into an offline, go around some of these angles, understand things, but then you just got to play it, and understand the different timings for things to occur. And then once you do that for a bit, then you can start adding smokes on top of things, on top of what you already do, or different setups with your teammates, or strange setups that you might not see in pugs. For example, usually you have a 2-1-2 setup where you have 2 people B, 1 person mid, 2 people A. I like to call a 2-2-1 setup, where it's 2 people A, 2 people mid, 1 person B, and with the B guy just playing retake, because B is very easy to retake as a site, in my opinion, because I've played the map so many times. I understand that, and I say, hey, mid, if you can maintain mid control, they're stuck going to a site, right? They're stuck just going straight B or straight A. They don't have any sort of split, and the splits are so powerful on Vertigo that you can't give those to them, right? So yeah, just play the map a lot, and you'll get better at it. Who would have thought? If you have any specific questions relating to Vertigo, please feel free to leave a comment. If you want your demo reviewed, maybe you played a Vert game and you're like, hey, how can I do better at this? Click the link in the description, become a channel member, and you'll get your demo reviewed. So thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you all next time.